Good morning, Flosstube. It is Sunday, the 10th of July 2022, and you are watching me, Sarah, here on Sew Me Sarah, my channel all about cross stitch and sometimes, but not often, other needle crafts as well. I want to say welcome if you are new here. It is lovely to have you. It's lovely to have a growing community here on the channel. And I want to welcome back those of you who are faithful and regular and who come and watch and then chat with me afterwards on a regular basis. So thank you to those of you who are stalwarts and welcome to those of you who are new. I hope that you will all enjoy what I have to share today, even if it is perhaps a little bit shorter and sweeter than previously. Since last time it has become the school holidays, so that is always a challenge here at home when we take away routine. It just takes a lot of adjustment, and then we've added to that by having some house guests come to stay with us, and they will be here possibly for long term. And there's been a lot of time dedicated in the last couple of weeks to preparing for them coming, rearranging our living accommodation, the bedrooms and that kind of thing. So there hasn't been as much stitching because of a change in all of that and a change in our routines here at home. So please bear with me. I'm hoping to be able to claw that routine back again, but I have really no idea. So there's no point in making any kind of promises in that direction. So I think for the next little while, what you see is what you get, really, in terms of whatever content I have available for you here on the channel. So I hope you'll bear with me, and I hope there'll still be something to show you anyway in the weeks ahead. I want to say a huge thanks to your response and engagement to the Jolly July New Start poll that I had on the last video. So we were choosing for me to stitch my new start for this month. Would it be gingerbread cookies or would it be Santa Claus is Coming to Town, both of which are stitching with the Housewives patterns. So I want to thank you for your responses to that, and very shortly you will see the outcome of that. Also, thank you for submitting some questions for the Q&A. I haven't quite decided yet whether to do one full Q&A video or to intersperse perhaps in groups the questions that kind of sit together. Sorry, I'm wobbling the table. To group together questions that more naturally fit together and answer them across a few videos. So I guess we'll just see how that goes. I haven't had a lot of thinking time of late, but I have noted all of the questions and I will make sure that they are all answered in future videos, and I'll keep you posted to that regard. Thank you for engaging. I wasn't sure if I would get one question or two questions or no questions, but there's a nice little stack of questions, and I hope that you will be interested to learn a little bit more about me and my stitching via the answers to those. So thanks to those of you who took the time to think of questions and send them in. Now, let's get on to the little bit of stitching that I did manage in the last couple of weeks. So I have a fully finished object for you, and it's now a fully finished sal, I'm delighted to say. I managed to finish the December month of La Finestra del Tempo. These are the patterns by Crochet A Go-Go. I will link the details below. And if you've been with me for a while, you will know that last August I started this sal over on Instagram, and a number of you joined me and have been stitching along every month. Some of you have stitched along most of the months, but I'm sure you will catch up. And this then, July, was the last month when we were going to stitch December. So I've managed to keep up with my own sal, which is a great relief, so that I'm not ashamed and haven't kept up with my own sal. And this is the December chart. You can see all the cute details as usual that Marilla puts into her charts. And it's just adorable, and it was such a fun way to finish off this year-long sal. Now, I am absolutely thrilled to have all 12 finished. Here they are. And this is about as good as it gets in terms of me holding them up to show you all at once. So it starts with January, ends with December, a full calendar year, of months. And I'm going to insert a picture just so that you can see this one time, all of the months together. I hope you'll agree that these are beautiful patterns from Crochet A Go-Go, and if you are interested, I do encourage you to go ahead and nip across to her Etsy shop and purchase the PDF if you like, or I do believe they are available now as hard copy patterns on 123 Stitch. It's 3 patterns for the full year, so there are 4 months on each pattern, and they are beautiful, very detailed, full of lovely little motifs and design elements to keep your interest. And I've loved these, and thank you so much to all of you who shared your stitch along month by month with us on on the hashtag, which is hashtag Finestra del Tempo Sal. The hashtag will remain open, so although it's officially being brought to a close this month, the Sal is, as I said, this hashtag is still open. So if you would like to share, I am following that hashtag, and I will continue to see more of those finishes as you put them up. So that is my fully finished object and fully finished Sal, and I'm delighted about that. The other stitch that I touched on at the end of June, just after the last video and before life took a little turn for the hectic, was What Remains, and that is by Blackbird Designs. This is the chart. Well, this is the picture of the chart. And this is also a Sal on Instagram called A Mother's Love Sal. And I am stitching this in memory of my mum. I was hoping to finish it by the end of June, which the 30th of June is my mum's birthday. So I was hoping to finish it by then, but didn't. That's life. So what I did manage to stitch, I think I added this since you last saw it. And I brought the borders down right to the bottom on both sides. And I have started the peacock. So there's not a huge amount left to do. I mean, it'll still take some time. So the peacock needs to be finished. The flowers on the other side of the center need to be finished, and a bird down there in the central panel. And then across the bottom are the birds of the year and the final satin stitch border. So I have no idea when I will get back to this, but it's a pleasure every time I bring it out to stitch. I'm stitching it 1/2 on a 35 count lamb's, is it lamb's wool? I think it's lamb's wool by Perman linen, using the call for threads, and I love it too. Sorry that you can see through it so much today, but I'm stealing moments when the house is quiet, and I've got about 30 of those moments only to share with you. So I'm not maybe as organised as I was, and it's a good job. I don't have lots to share today. So that is What Remains, and I will pick that one back up probably in the autumn time, because it's not part of my Jolly July plans, although what's happening to July plans is anybody's guess at this stage. And I will pick it up again later, probably in the autumn, to try and finish it. So then my only other stitching this last couple of weeks has been the resultant winner of the poll that you very kindly contributed to and took part in. It was actually really lots of fun having your comments come in and seeing where the votes would lie. For the first, probably the first 60 or 70 comments that made a comment to vote, it was pretty neck and neck actually. I would get 2 votes for gingerbread cookies, and then I would get 2 votes for Santa Claus is Coming. And it stayed pretty neck and neck for a long time. And then Santa Claus is Coming to Town and made a little break for it, and it got ahead. And then again, later in the week, gingerbread cookies got a few last minute votes, and that pulled the numbers back up again to almost level. However, it didn't quite get level again. So Santa Claus is Coming to Town won by 6 votes. It was 52 to 58 votes in favour of Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and that is this pattern by the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. It's Stitching with the Housewives. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I think a lot of you voted for this one because you thought it would be good for Charlotte, and that is who it is intended for. I'm hoping maybe to make it for her bedroom door. And also a lot of you said that it looked a little bit smaller than gingerbread cookies, and therefore that I might have a better chance of finishing it. And you're quite right in that regard, especially now that things have changed at home, and I'm having even less time than I thought I might have. So this is Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and I did make a start. Excuse it because I haven't actually managed to iron it since I last worked on it this morning, and it's a little bit wrinkled. I'm stitching on a slate grey Ada. It's a 20 count Ada, so I just use one thread of the DMC or the fancy flosses. I'm using a mixture of the flosses suggested by the pattern. So Priscilla and Chelsea call for Classic Colourworks fancy flosses. I have the ribbon red and I have the 4-leaf clover, but I am using DMC 3865 for the white, and I'm using a few other of the DMCs simply because there's not a lot of them used, and I don't really see the variegation happening a lot. A little bit in the ribbon red, but not much in the others. So where I'm not using the called for colours, I am using the DMC suggested on their chart, and that is how it is. So I'll just show you a little bit closer up, and excuse the wrinkles again. So teeny tiny stitches, one thread, and I am enjoying it. So thank you so much for giving me my July New Start project, and that was really fun to have you be part of the choice. So I think you were right about the size of this project, and I'm hoping that maybe I will get it finished by the end of the month if I don't actually do any other projects. So at this stage my plans have gone really a little bit out the window. I know I had plans to pick up on 4 of my other Christmas whips. That was Glitter Village and the Oh Holy Night Advent calendar, and I don't even remember now. Oh yes, A Kiss for Snowman, and there was one more, but I have forgotten. Oh, the Finestra del Tempo Sal, which I did manage to finish. So there are 3 more Christmas whips that I'm sorry, I've shaken the table again. There were 3 more Christmas whips that I was hoping to touch on, and I really don't know if I'm going to get to them. If I do, that's great. It'll be a bonus at this stage. But I think I will keep working on Santa Claus is Coming to Town anyway, since you guys voted for it, and it's been a fun to stitch and a nice little diversion at the end of the day if I get a chance. So thanks again for your participation in that. As I said, my plans are being massively readjusted on a daily basis, so where it goes from here is anybody's guess. It's really going to be a case of one day at a time, and I do hope that I will be able to be back with you in a couple of weeks to share some more stitching and maybe even some of the Q&A, or if not a full Q&A video. It really just depends on how much space there is in my week to be able to film and edit and get it uploaded, and also plan for it. But please bear with me, it will come eventually, even if it's a little bit longer than we all hope or expect. Just before I go, I want to remind Trudebeth that she won. Trudebeth, you won La Trappistine in a share that I did a couple of videos back, and I announced it on the last video. I haven't heard from you, so if you think you've sent me a message, I haven't received it yet. Perhaps you could get in touch either by using the email address that's in the drop down box below, or by contacting me on a direct message on Instagram. I am SoMeSarah on Instagram. Just drop me a message with your postal address and I will get this out to you. I hope that you are watching this time and will be able to send me your address so that I can get this off to you. And so I did say it was going to be short and sweet, guys. I'm sorry I don't have more for you this time, but I am delighted that I'm able to be back at all. So I hope, as I said, I hope that you'll bear with me over the next little while, and I hope that you will all enjoy your summer. If you're in the southern hemisphere, I know it's not summer, so I hope that you'll enjoy winter and that winter will be kinder to you than, especially in Australia, than it currently is being. I know that lots of you are practically washed out in Australia, so I do think of you, and I hope that things will dry up and it won't be quite so wet there for you soon. I wish all of you, no matter where you are, healthy and happy weeks ahead, and I hope that you will stay well and stitch happy. Goodbye.